idea was like to have a forest in a farm.
This is for a solar pump. Long time without rains. August town.
Of course. It's there. This is citron. So all the lemon came from this one.
Yeah,
No.
So this is little bigger than my face.
No. No.
Still smaller.
Yeah.
Most expensive nut in the world. Yeah, you can eat it just like that.
Yeah.
Ananas, ananas, not bananas, but ananas. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Farmers on the Road. We are at Savera Naturals in Sakleshpur, and we have actually come here before. I think 4 or 5 years before we had a video also which we kind of put out. So we are with Merwin and his wife, and thank you for having us here, Merwin.
Thank you, Shamik, for coming, both of you.
So what has changed since then? What is different in general in your farming life and your farming adventures?
See, a lot of things have changed because see, life is a journey, and you keep learning and keep adding and keep doing things, etc. So, from the farm point of view, what has mainly changed is that time most were young plants and hardly anything was yielding.
Right, right.
Now, many have started yielding.
Right.
For example, our rambutan have started yielding, egg fruits have started yielding. There have been other changes. One is, as part of our journey, we have focused quite a bit more now on natural living from a food and lifestyle perspective.
Okay.
And because we find there is so much of disease and so much of suffering out there, if you see around us, everywhere there is diabetes, cancer, heart disease, autoimmune, kidney problems, liver problems, all kinds of problems that people are facing. And what we find is it is completely unnecessary. It is completely linked to all the suffering, all the disease linked to our diet and lifestyle. I mean, that is what is causing it. And by making simple changes, that can be reversed. We have seen it in our own lives, how beneficial it has been, these changes that we have made. So, since then we have been focusing over the last 2 years a lot on taking this message to more and more people that we can reach out. So, we have set up residential facilities here.
Right.
We have a proper hall where we can do sessions. So, we conduct workshops.
Right.
We also give
There's the
families,
dining area also, nice dining area which
all
all
these common areas.
So as you enter the farm, there are these two chief security officers, husband and wife pair, Bunty and Bubbly, Mudhole hounds. How do you pronounce Mudhole hounds? Mudhole or Mudhole? Mudhole.
Mudhole. Mudhole.
Mudhole hounds.
So this is our dining area, for our guests and when we have the workshops and all of that.
Right. Come.
We also have a additional recreation area here where we do things like pottery workshops. We have a wheel. We have
Oh wow! Some people have made some stuff here.
some of the children
If you can see.
trying the hand at the clay molding.
Nice.
Kids and families, sometimes only kids, sometimes kids and families both.
Okay.
There the idea is help them connect with nature, help them connect with the surroundings, get to know better our ecosystems and all that. At the same time have some fun and adventure and all that.
That happens
combined.
during summer months usually.
Mainly during summer
vacation
holidays.
times.
Yeah. See, this was we built much later. We added much later.
Okay.
The idea was because some of the people who are coming, especially for our health workshops, are in a pretty bad condition.
Acha.
So so we created a wheelchair access here,
Oh.
and
okay.
something which is very close to the dining
The activity,
and
so
the
that they don't
session
have to
areas,
travel.
session areas.
Got it.
So they can
Got it.
proximity is there, and
This is the masala guava plant, right? This is that one,
That
no?
is red, outside also red, inside also red. Yeah, it becomes red.
The entire farm is going to be like this in the sense of mixed planting. So you have soursop here, for example, you have papaya, you have orange, you have mango, you have avocado, all kinds coexisting everywhere.
And so because of that, I think pest problems, etc., are very limited, I would
Correct,
say.
correct. I mean, we don't do any kind of pest control, including the organic pest control methods.
Acha. Not even any neem oil,
No,
shimal,
nothing.
Got it.
We have not found a need for anything to be done.
And this is where the,
Yeah, this is where our
Workshops,
workshop
etc.
sessions happen.
okay.
We have named it after one of the veteran natural farmers of India, Narayana Reddy. So it's called Narayana Reddy Community Hall
Oh, okay.
with 90 to 95% is soil and sand, and then 5% also cement, and then some lime.
Got it.
Okay. So they're not baked.
Okay.
They just compressed mud bricks which are sun dried and used. So made it here itself the farm.
Got it.
And these are all salvaged pillars from old houses. Yeah. And everywhere, I mean, I'll take you to the cottages also. All the wood used, wherever wood is used, there is salvaged wood, including doors, windows. So it is a salvaged wood reworked, because the doors and all sizes we wanted differently. But the base material, the raw material is all salvaged wood.
Okay. Okay. So what is the advantage of red oxide flooring versus other choices which are there?
It's a lesser. I mean, see, all have all the natural material. It's not natural, but it's least amount of resources are used.
I see.
Because normally in any flooring, you have to do a concrete bed and cement on top of that, and then only you do the rest of your tiles. Even if you are putting clay tiles, they are put on top of that.
Right. Right.
Here there is no extra layer.
I see. I
Okay.
see.
So that concrete bed has to be there, and that cement layer itself is the finishing.
Understood.
Yeah. So resource usage is comparatively lesser.
So I like to collect all kinds of fruit trees. Like this is now star apple.
Star apple.
Yeah, this is star apple. That is Buddha's hand.
Oh, this one.
That is the Buddha's hand. Yes.
So Buddha's hand will actually be like a claw-like fruit.
Yes.
Yellow
Yes.
color.
So like it's there all over. I have apple also. Still it's coming. It is holding this rain, heavy rain. So hopefully within 1 or 2 years I will get apple also.
Cherry.
Tell us, how do you so many plants? From where do you get these?
It is like you go shopping to the malls and all. I go to the nurseries. Like if I hear, oh, somebody has some exotic fruit trees, we will go. We will go. 2 weeks back, I went to Sulya. What is this? Yeah, to get some exotic. I read about him in WhatsApp. So I just went and got some 10 varieties, 4 varieties of cherries. Like this Savannah cherry and tennis ball cherry I got, and something Rio de Janeiro cherry. 3 cherries I got. So now I have 6 to 7.
Yesterday also one farmer came all the way from Kerala.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
To get you.
Yeah.
I think
He
8
gave-
varieties or 5 varieties.
No,
No,
25
25
varieties.
25 varieties of banana. he gave
Bananas
you.
he got,
Yes, we ordered, so he came personally to deliver it. Yeah.
And when you had purchased this land, that was 2012?
2012, yeah. Yeah, I showed you the picture how
So
it
it was
was.
all empty. So this land
Yeah,
was actually
yeah,
all
yeah.
fully empty.
This was just a grassland that time. Nothing was there. No trees at all.
Lush it is. It is like a tropical forest. Right? It's a multi-layered tropic. Even coconut trees, etc., were also not there. At that.
Nothing.
No,
I
nothing
showed
was
you
there.
nothing. In that photo, small, we started putting the saplings, that's all.
Yeah.
This is strawberry Goa. Yeah. Can you see one insect there? Green color, so pretty.
So many guavas have started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this,
Yeah, I know.
beautiful.
Same color. It looks like one.
They'll
Fruit
turn
one.
into red when
I
they.
think it must be a non-veg. So
This
we-
becomes little bigger than this, and it becomes red. So it looks like full strawberry. So lots of birds come and eat. So we could see from the here, lots of them. Small that sunbirds, they come and eat
So
those
organic
fruits.
farmers, they love non-vegetarian insects. Okay, they don't like vegetarian insects because vegetarian insects feed on the plant. Non-vegetarian insects feed on the vegetarian
This
insects.
is
We are-
this
we are-
is
we are
called
happy with
abiyu.
both.
Abiyu fruit. Abiyu fruit.
Abiyu.
Yes, abiyu.
Is this the egg fruit?
No,
No.
no.
This is
It looks, it becomes yellow and very sweet. Once black seed will be there inside.
We got the first fruit
First
this year.
fruit we got. So, yeah. Over the years, we'll get lots of fruits when
I've
the
never heard of this.
Okay, you can just Google it. It will be there.
So this is Chakramuni
That
multivitamin plant.
Yeah, that.
Okay, so tell us more about this multivitamin plant. What is the deal? How to?
No, this few leaves, you can add it into your salads, into your smoothies.
Can I eat it now?
Yeah, you can eat it just like
Yes,
that.
yes.
So I'm just going to eat it.
It's a very potent herb, like
That's a
tulsi.
mild
Yeah.
taste. Actually, I find a little nutty
Yeah.
aftertaste sort of. It's nice. So you can just add it to our salads also.
Yes,
basically.
your
Yeah,
salads,
yeah.
smoothies, anywhere you can add.
So every day 3-4 of these leaves you have.
Yeah.
No
We-
need to have
yeah.
multivitamin capsules.
Yeah. 3, 4, even 7, 8 you can have, no problem.
This is called mouth freshener. You can eat and see how it tastes.
It tastes like soft.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's not soft. Yes. Some flowers.
Bee box here also.
Yep.
Are there bees now or they have escaped?
No. Oh my God, they're gone. No, no, they will be there.
They don't harm you? Which kind of?
So even the cats here also eat millets. So if you see they're having like a nice millet porridge. You can see. So even the cats are into natural living here.
But they like
No
me.
packed food.
No, no.
But the bees must be very happy with so many flowers. This
Yeah.
And that
So this is our windmill, 5 kilowatt windmill. I mean, it needs wind. Right now there's no wind, that's why it's not
yesterday
working.
it was running.
The main benefit of this is for us during the rainy season. Because rainy season what happens is we get heavy high winds and lots of trees fall, poles fall. At times, I mean this year we experienced it, 2 to 3 weeks we don't have power. It completely power goes off. And solar we have, but solar doesn't work that time. It's 24 hours is a cloudy or rain, no sun is there. So our entire everything gets sustained with purely the wind that time. The wind is constant. Otherwise, rest of the year is not
So are
much.
you producing more power than you are able to consume, or
Yes,
little
we are
delta is there?
producing more power. Earlier, we were not giving it back to the grid. We went in for that system recently. Of course, the certification, I mean the commissioning of that took a long time because of delays on part of the department.
Okay.
The problem is here, it's a new thing for them, so they were not ready. So now it's commissioned. So we have during the day, we are giving power back. Whatever excess is there, we are giving it back to the grid, and the rest we are using.
And solar is giving you more energy in general, or this wind?
Solar is more in
More.
general if you take the year as a whole.
Okay.
But if you take
Some
the rainy
areas,
season,
this is the
this,
best.
yeah.
Understood.
Yeah,
This
Anik.
is Suriname cherry. Actually, this is the fruit, but it is within 1 month the fruit will be ready after the flower.
This is very tasty. Red
It becomes
color.
red
Yeah.
after when it's
Like a small pumpkin shape.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Karunda.
Oh, Karonda. So
Yeah, but
can
sweet karunda.
It is sweet karunda.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can you see the thorns?
Yeah, there
Yeah,
are thorns.
yeah.
Just see the thorns which are there. So Karunda, I'll tell you a very interesting story. So Karunda used to be, so there was we have heard about Great Wall of China. There was also the Great Wall of India when the British was here,
Okay.
where basically what they did was they created an excise line across which when you have to cross, you have to pay duty. And for that, they didn't want to like build it. It's going to be so costly because they are going to do it right across India. Like a slash across India, through which. So they made the entire thing using Karunda. Because of all of these thorns, you can see that if you have Karunda planted,
Yeah, yeah.
it's impossible to kind of penetrate
Yeah,
it, right?
yeah.
So that was the Great Wall of India, which was there, you know, where huge, like thousands of kilometers across India, a wall was made with Karunda plants.
Is it still there?
Normal karunda is very sour and bitter and all
Yes.
that. This is a sweet variety.
Acha, okay.
Yeah.
We have both.
Okay. Because normal Karunda, people use it to sell false, I think, cherries. So what they do it is they dip it in sugar syrup and color.
Correct,
Pickles
right,
also they
right.
make. Pickles they make.
So a lot of if you go to a bakery and if you buy this
Yeah,
tutti
yeah.
frutti and this and that, no,
Yeah.
some of
The
that will be
mint
made with
is
Karunda.
growing like weed here. These are the mint.
So because of so much mint, we always get herbal mint tea and all of that here.
Grandiola.
Grandiola. Yeah, that's strawberry.
And strawberry comes in this area.
It comes. Yeah.
Not for commercial growing,
What-
but for us to
for us.
consume, we get enough.
No, that is the chow chow. Yeah. This is winged. See, come here, come here. See, this is winged beans. It's their one.
So you eat it when it's tender, right?
Yeah,
Like this.
tender only. Yes.
So
it's-
this you can eat in a salad also. If
yeah,
you just
yeah, you can eat, but this is almost little before, like no. This is you can make sabzi
Raw
out
or
of it.
palya?
Palya
Both
out
you
of
can.
it right now.
This actually grows easily in Bangalore also.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it is perennial. It will come again. Now I didn't put seed or anything. It's coming by itself after the rain.
So I don't know why these things have become so less now, right? I mean,
Yeah, these are actually this is going. Yeah, this I have given seeds to so many people. It's going like no people said before we used to have. I have now never seen this from long time and all.
Okay, Mangachu.
Gladiola, ne?
Come, you can.
Yeah, careful.
Grandiola.
These are that actually we use this coriander only. This is they call it Mexican, but it grows here wild.
some people also call desi coriander. They say.
So it can be local also because it grows during
Wild
rain
coriander,
season.
yeah.
Wild coriander. See this flower, it is like
Passion flower.
yeah, it looks like passion flower only. It's better here. See, that is the same family of passion fruit, and it is huge bud.
They are sanga sama.
How does
Yeah,
it
yes.
taste? This area is for what, drying of
Serious,
Drying
yeah?
coffee.
coffee.
In the
right?
bete unda alpamani.
So you'll see all of
Inchina.
the farms here will kind of have a large area like
Itanda
this for
tule.
drying purpose.
But other seasons, it's used for recreational. We have, for example, badminton,
Acha.
you know, pole court there, put up cricket you can play or whatever, you know. That's only once a year, coffee.
This you guys know about this. This is tree spinach.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
We
Chaya,
see
chaya.
Chicken spinach also
Yeah,
sometimes.
chaya we call it, and we make dry dish or this cutlets we make.
Okay.
Yeah,
So this
and this is like throughout the year it will
so
be
you
there.
make it whatever way you can use spinach, same way also.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can use
yeah,
this.
yeah. But you have to like no cut like you can't eat it. There is I mean nothing will happen, but there is like little bit of cyanide in there. But when you cook, that will go. Yeah, yeah.
Only smaller leaves we should harvest.
Yeah, it's, yeah. I mean, too big, no? They say they are little tough, so
And it
smaller
should
is
always
better.
be cooked. You should not
Yeah,
eat
yeah.
it
You
raw.
should not eat raw.
This is very nicely done. If you see the fence, and then this is for the creepers to kind
Yes,
of.
yes.
It's like a fence cum trellis
Yeah.
together, right?
It's all
This-
done in-house only.
This
using-
flower is a favorite of mine. What do you guys call it?
We
This.
call it Suryakanti.
Ah, in Bengali we call it sthal paddo.
Then it will become pink.
Yeah, yeah.
See, the rest is large.
Like by 12 o'clock, see that has become pink. This is white when it blooms first.
Evening, it will be pink.
Yeah. This also grows pretty well in Bangalore. Even in big pots also it grows. So before moving here, you used to do a lot of gardening at your home. Tell us a little bit about your gardening at your home before you moved here.
Nice flower.
Yeah, we have some place in Bangalore, like the border of Bangalore. So there also I have some 50 varieties of fruit trees.
Okay.
It is like
So that was practice, and this is now test
yeah.
match.
There it is like at least 40 of them are fruiting because it is like 14 years now. They are started fruiting. Whatever grows in Bangalore, I can say I have it.
Okay. What is this plant?
This is called tree daisy. See, it goes like that, but it needs support. I don't know. It is a creeper, semi-creeper, but why they called it tree daisy, I don't know. And it flowers all the time. See, even in rainy season, it's flowering. Summer, if you come, full of white flowers.
This is where some of your cottages are, right?
Yes,
The
yes,
residential.
yes. There are two sets. We'll
You know about this flower, no? It's like hibiscus only, but they don't open. They don't open at all. But I believe if the this bees, they don't get any nectar at all, they make a hole here and they take the nectar. Yeah, but they don't want to take too much trouble. But if they don't get, they do it since. That's what I heard. Yeah,
Humans can also take, I think. Then, no?
of course.
Mm.
It's there.
See, this can be part of your foraging
Yep.
when kids come.
I have two colors, red and pink. Yeah.
Become a bee for a day, where you will take this and you will connect. I have a good name for it also. Be a bee.
God, it comes out.
So this is the path that leads to the first two cottages that we had built, because this block has cardamom and vanilla quite a bit, so that's why we named it. These are built with laterite, exposed laterite masonry, so no plastering, both inside as well as outside. There is no plastering, and if you see the roofing, all the rafters are salvaged rafters as is. So they are all very good seasoned wood, but from old 100-year-old, 80-year-old, those kind of houses.
Usually, most places you have metal rafters, right?
Yes, yes. And all the tiles are also salvage tiles from old houses, because now it's a fashion for people to demolish the tile house and build all those concrete boxes, which is terrible. In this region, it creates a lot of problems. They leak, they become very hot in summer like a furnace, but somehow these people are into that. So all these 100% are salvaged roof tiles.
So how do you salvage them? Who do you go to?
We go to, I mean, there are people who collect them and resell them. So we buy it from them. Because if you go to the house directly, then you have to buy everything. We may not need everything. We will need selectively.
Oh, so
right?
there are people who basically buy all the broken down things of the house, then
Yes.
they resell different things
Yes.
from that.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So, but only thing is you have to look around. So, for example, these pillars, they are all from salvaged old houses. So, we can't be sure you will get the same kind of pillars, and also you have to look around, buy well in advance. So, keep going and finding, etc.
But by this salvaging, what percentage cost can you save?
No, it's more, see, one is the cost percentage not huge, because if you buy directly from the original source, you can save. But then, as I said, you have to buy the whole house, everything may not be useful. If you buy, from a dealer, then you will not save very much. But your resource usage you are drastically reducing. So there is no new wood you are cutting, there is no new material that is required. You are using everything which is reusing. So your resource usage comes down drastically.
Right.
And quality wise, they will be far better, because
Right.
this is a very good seasoned wood. You won't
It
get
is
this
already
kind
proven.
of wood.
It is proven.
Yeah.
Hundreds of years.
This
it
is
has.
all some of the top quality wood, which has withstood several decades, in some cases more than 100
Century
years,
also,
century.
Interesting.
But so this structure you see, for example, is created for all passion fruit vines. Now it's a yearly job. What happens is rainy season and all, lot of them perish. Then we replant, we make the cuttings ourselves and replant.
But when it is full of and full of fruits, it will look so good, no? A pathway
yeah.
with fruits hanging through it.
See, now there are newly planted.
Acha, okay.
Yeah. This is
But passion fruit is like a perennial sort of a thing, right? It will keep on.
yes. Yeah, 3-4 years. See, this is there last year's, which has survived the rains and all that. Here the challenge is during the rains, because there are times, for example, this July we had 1500 millimeters of rain in 1 month.
In one
So
month.
there's 1 month, yeah. So much of rain which happens in 2-3 months, and it becomes very cold and damp, etc. Then plants come under a lot of stress, and no sun at all. Papaya, for example, we had so many papaya plants. We had excess, much more, and we were able to give in the market also. And almost 80% we lost during this year rainy season.
So tell me now, in retrospect, now that this green oasis is there, when you started, did you kind of visualize that this is how it's going to, or has it beaten your expectations?
No, we did visual. I mean, it was the whole idea was to create in a forest and a farm. Okay. But of course, there's a joy when you actually see it coming up.
Yeah.
There's a difference, because first it's a conceptual level. In your mind, you think about it, and I visited some farms which are on similar lines, etc. And it was there. The idea was very much there. I mean, from the beginning, we said what we want to do is create a forest and a farm.
And if I may ask, which farms inspired you?
Yeah, see, there's no one particular farm per se, but the whole thing started with the process started with one farmer in North Karnataka called Prakash Manchale, Prakash Rao Manchale. He was trying on a small scale the same concept, so which we saw, which really inspired me and inspired both of us, and that is where we started the whole thing. Thereafter, we have visited many farms. I mean, one of the very good farms for that purpose is the one near Mysore. It's he's one of the
Chandrasekhar.
I think it's AP Chandrasekhar. He's one of the best natural farmers in India itself, I can say.
Very famous actually.
Very famous, very famous.
How come your bananas are so tall? They've all grown tall in search for sunlight.
Yeah.
For the sun.
They are, yeah, that's one thing, because it's all multi crop planting, so they go up in search of sun.
Is harvesting a problem because of this multi-cropped approach?
No, harvesting banana is not a problem, because you just cut it at the bottom and then
But
falls
other
to the ground.
fruits, yes. Avocados and
So a little bit more effort needs to be put.
you have to go and check what is
But you
ready.
save a huge effort in your weed control and
Everything
pest
else is
control
nature is
and
taking care,
everything
right?
else,
You just have to take the output.
and the most important thing is your soil. Soil gets enriched, because the interplanting and in your biodiversity, that's when you say forest in a farm, the whole idea is to try to create a forest like soil, because once the soil is taken care of, you don't worry about the plants or anything else.
So a food forest and a forest in a farm are essentially the same thing, or are there any nuances, any nuance differences between
See,
them?
nuances, the difference is, it's we focus not only on fruits.
Okay.
We make sure, for example, there are a lot of flowering trees in between, so that the bees and butterflies have something, and lots and lots of leguminous plants. See, because only when you plant the fruits alone, they all require same kind of nutrients from the soil. Very little giving back is happening. So, you need to put a lot of compost and a lot of external inputs, maybe organic, but you need to put that. Okay. But in a forest in a farm, permaculture approach, what happens is you do mixed planting where the leguminous and non-leguminous coexist, and leguminous are the predominant, at least 50% will be leguminous. So, we plant a lot of Glycidia, dada, other mayflower, many others which are leguminous plants.
So essentially then the only external input becomes rain, sun and air.
Yeah.
That is all that is
And
required.
in the beginning, you give some water support. Later on, that is also not required, because soil retains the moisture. In the beginning, you just give some watering. So, initially we constructed 2 cottages, as I showed you earlier. There are 3 new cottages which have come up now. So, altogether 5 we have. So, this again same thing, 100% reused. You can see, for example, the pillars are not all the same. This and this are kind of similar, but as you go a little different, because each one is from a different house, different this thing. Even the chairs, what you see, they are not bought new, they are all from salvaged.
And this is also.
Yeah, this is also laterite. No, there is an interesting fact which I just want to share with you is, towards the end of the rainy season, we get a lot of these kamalihuda, the small thorny kind of worms, which are very itchy if they touch your skin, and they go on to the roofs of houses, cottages, etc., and then fall onto you. Some of the guests have an interesting experience sometimes. So, what happens is to control them naturally, otherwise you have to go for some kind of strong chemicals to control them. There is a particular weed which comes up naturally again in this region. So, we just cut leaves of that plant and then cut it and put it on the roof. As you can see, there are a lot of leaves there, put there. The minute you put those leaves, these kamalihuda completely disappear, Wow. Within a few days, 2 days, 3 days, they are gone completely.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
The second thing there, if you see all these rafters, I said reused rafters or these pillars and all that, what we do is to protect them, instead of going in for all this melamine polish and all these PU coated polish, which is all poison. For example, your PU coated polishes which are coming now, which is everybody is going in for, they have a chemical known as PFAS chemicals. PFAS is a class of chemicals which are deadly, which cause a lot of problems, including respiratory problems, cancer, and endocrine disruptors. So, cause things like thyroid and lot of hormonal disruptions, etc. And they keep on releasing those gases. So, it's not that one time during the spray you get that smell, but throughout their life, next 10 years, 20 years, you are living in that house, they keep on releasing. So, what we do here is we apply cashew nut oil, cashew nut kernel oil. That is a very, very powerful thing. Two things, two purposes it serves. One is your this things. What is that? Get the what? Termite. Termite completely. Do not come anywhere near them. Next 10 years, 15 years, termite protection. Okay. I mean, MRF gives 10 years guarantee. You don't need 10 years guarantee from them. You just apply cashew nut oil, and next 15 years is guaranteed. No termite will come anywhere near, and the wood will get a nice rich color, and it will last much longer, and it can withstand water. For example, if you have any exposed wood in the water, you give it cashew nut oil, nothing will happen as long as stagnant water is not there. Even for stagnant water ones like the boats and all, traditionally they used to apply cashew nut kernel oil.
And where do you find cashew nut kernel oil? It's easily available in the
cashew nut
market.
factories.
Okay.
Wherever they separate the this thing from the cashew nut itself, from the inside part, from the outer this thing, you know, they get that as a byproduct, and then they extract oil from that.
So that's used for polishing also.
Not
wood,
polishing, just giving it as a coat.
As a coat to the wood.
But you have to be careful while doing that. If it falls on your skin, it can burn your skin. It's very, very acidic. Very strong and very acidic. One of the new plants we introduced after your last video is cacao. So these are the cacao, and we make our famous ragi cacao laddus and choco dry fruit laddus, etc.
And now of late, chocobar.
From actual cacao, which is just sun dried and then roasted and you know, ground. So with all the cocoa butter intact.
So what's the difference between like chocolates that you get in the market in general versus you know, what actually comes out of the cocoa plant?
See, huge difference, because in the market what you get is, first of all, they used cocoa powder. To prepare cocoa powder, you have to extract cocoa butter from that, because simply, I mean, like you take coffee beans, you roast them and then you grind them, you will get coffee powder. You do the same with cocoa, you won't get cocoa powder, you will get liquid. It turns into complete liquid because there is so much of cocoa butter in them. So, unless you first remove the cocoa butter from them, you can't make cocoa powder. So, all the fat is taken out. Now, that cocoa butter has a very high commercial value, because it goes into all this expensive cosmetics, especially facial cosmetics,
balm,
creams
etc.
and all that. So, they sell it separately. Now, when you prepare a vegetable, you prepare a chocolate, commercial chocolate, you still have to get that buttery taste, right? You have to have that richness. So, they add vegetable oils, mainly palm oil.
Oh, so cocoa butter has been sold to make cosmetics, costly cosmetics, and then unhealthy vegetable oil, palm oil has been added to give that cocoa butter feel. So, it is, I would call it reconstituted chocolate. Just like nowadays we also have reconstituted milk and reconstituted everything. So, remove
not only it is not beneficial, but it is harmful. Because you are adding those you know, saturated fats and you know, the concentrated these things, and palm oil is highly inflammatory, etc. So, this is one color in the this ones we have, and then there is another. It's all cocoa plants. This is the other color. Vanilla.
What is this? Is that like a Illuminati symbol or something? What is this infinity thing here?
See, this is a vanilla creeper, and in vanilla, if you just leave it, it's a creeper, so it will keep climbing the tree. The problem that will happen is, you know, vanilla needs the pollination doesn't happen naturally. In its original habitat, which is in South America, then you know, there is a particular kind of a bee, not all bees, one particular kind of bee which does that pollination. That bee is hardly around here in these areas, because not its native area where it is coming from. So, you have to hand pollinate. So, if it goes up, hand pollination becomes a big challenge.
Right.
And hand pollination has to be done when the flower comes before 10 o'clock in the morning on the same day. Once the flower is there.
Otherwise,
Same.
the flower will die
Otherwise
and it will
flower,
not
no,
happen. It'll close.
It won't go past that stage, and then you can't get vanilla beans. You tie this, is one method. There are other methods also. Old cycle tars, these are. Just which are
And then you have
otherwise
tied it
waste.
with the
Just
like
tie
a
it
pipe
there,
or something.
and once it reaches that stage, you bend it like that and bring it down.
Okay.
Once it reaches down, automatically it will come up. That you don't need to do.
Acha,
The creeper itself will keep going up. Then again you keep.
Got it.
So these are the last year's pollinated ones, vanilla beans. Yeah.
10 months it
Yeah.
will take.
Yeah.
10 months
Yeah.
it takes.
Takes around 10 months.
So this is although you can make a lot of money from vanilla, but it's also a lot of effort.
Yeah. I mean,
right?
each
So-
flower has to be hand pollinated.
Ah.
Each flower has to be hand pollinated, and during that time only. Every day you have to go around, see that time, early morning, 7 o'clock, 6:30, 7 you have to start. Each flower, wherever flowers have come, you have to check.
So now I have a question. A lot of people, like basically most of the vanilla is now what people use is artificial vanilla,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Then because the natural
chemical.
vanilla is very
It's a
costly,
chemical, yeah.
etc. Does vanilla have any properties also which are beneficial and so on, which is why you might want to use natural vanilla?
Anything, this is a basic principle. Anything which comes from the plant has beneficial qualities, because all the plants produce a lot of antioxidants. Okay. And antioxidants is not that the plant produce for our benefit. They do it for themselves. For example, two things. One is they are constantly exposed to various diseases, pests, etc. And they should be able to naturally fight it. And that is the purpose for which they produce antioxidants. Second, let us say continuous exposure to sun. You try being in the sun for continuous 12 hours. What will happen? Your
You'll
skin
burn
will
off
get
your skin.
sunburnt and all of that. But the plants can withstand even the direct sun. So how? Again, they produce a lot of antioxidants to take care of all these natural factors. So if a plant is naturally grown in its natural environment, it has the maximum antioxidant. Even a chemically grown plant, for example, if you give a lot of protection through any kind of pesticides and those protective measures, whether chemical or even organic, the need for the plant to produce this keeps going down. So chemically grown have much lesser. Hydrophonically grown hardly have anything, because they are totally protected inside in a protective environment. Okay. And even in organic, regular organic versus naturally grown, in a complete natural surroundings, it will be much more. And if you go for the wild ones, it will have the maximum antioxidants.
I mean, one way to think about it is, for example, let's say you're a child and you are growing up and you are not exposed to anything at all. You are growing up in a very sterile environment.
Yeah.
Let's say you are growing up in like a hospital.
Correct.
You obviously will not develop your immunity.
Correct.
Right? So the same thing happens with plants as well.
Correct.
That they need to develop their own immunity. And for that they will produce compounds which, by the way, are very beneficial
Very
for
beneficial for us. Yes. Today, what you get in the market, whether it's chemically or organically grown, what you get 95% hybrid cardamom, the so-called green cardamom, the big size, nice color cardamom what you get are all hybrid. They are nice, very nice to look at, but in terms of aroma and flavor, they are not nowhere compared to the original variety, the nati variety as we call. These are the nati cardamom, and see the beauty of these is they start coming in June, and then till September or so, end of September, you have to keep harvesting. It's a very labor intensive process. So for example, this bunch like this now, it has already gone through multiple rounds of harvesting.
Okay.
So this is now ready to harvest, yellow color it has come.
Okay.
Whereas this is not ready. In the right next to, in the same bunch itself, this is not ready.
So obviously it will take a lot of effort because you have to pick and
individually
choose.
hand pick and choose and harvest.
Got it.
If you leave it on the plant, saying okay, once
Yeah.
everything is ready.
Yeah, see the frogs love this.
Oh.
Okay.
So they'll eat it up.
Yeah, sometimes you will find this will be like this only, but a small hole will be there,
Okay.
and that inside seeds would have been eaten.
So that you cannot
Yeah.
sell anymore.
I mean,
and
you cannot sell,
it's
cannot
not-
use, so it's gone.
Got it.
So every 15 days or so,
One
that
second.
harvest, yeah.
1, 2.
So every 15 days or so, 10 to 15 days, the harvesting has to keep on happening. So minimum twice a month. So France starts in June and goes right up to
So again,
September.
probably one of the reasons why cardamom is also a costly
Yes,
crop, right?
yes,
I mean, whenever a crop is costly, ask yourself, is there a lot of labor involved in it,
Yeah.
right? Probably.
And this cardamom, you can use half the quantity, like 2 pots if you are using of the hybrid one. Here you can use just one of this nati, and it will give you richer and better flavor than that. That's why many of our customers who use this, they say this kind of aroma, especially the old people, they say we have not experienced this for the last 40-50 years kind of, in our childhood or long back in our villages, we used to experience this kind of aroma. They'll drink again, so Sunday also will be off. Then Monday they may come. Then something somewhere neighboring their, the village from where they have come or neighboring, whatever. Anything happens, any death, any jatre, any this thing, they'll immediately go. If they go some 2-3 days, they won't be there.
Right.
So,
Okay. So Merwin, lots of solar stuff here.
yeah, these are, this is for a solar pumps. These panels are dedicated exclusively for the solar pump. You can see the submersible pump there. That's a technique that is used in these areas. So it's a very simple improvisation. It's a float made from barrels, sealed barrels.
Okay.
So the barrels are naturally filled with air, right? And it's a metal structure to which the barrels are attached.
Okay.
And underneath that there's a submersible pump, which is always a vertical one.
Okay.
So if you just leave it, it will go and sit in the silt, and
it
when
can get blocked and things like
yeah,
that.
It get blocked and all. So this, as the water level goes down, the float also will go down, comes up, it comes up like that.
Right.
So this is our main irrigation setup made by us. This is currently.
So there are wires going underneath this connected. There are wires which are going.
No. There only.
Okay.
There, that wire is coming to that shed there. You see.
Okay.
Yeah, that shed is where the control unit, etc., is there.
And these are regular wires, or you need to do some sort of a casing, waterproofing casing, or just regular wires?
No,
you
waterproof wires,
Okay.
specific waterproof wires you get for the pumps only, for the motors. So those wires are used.
Got it.
And this pond is around 150 length this way,
Okay.
and this way is close to 150, 140, 150.
Okay.
And currently it's around 35 feet deep.
Very deep.
yeah.
Actually.
Water level will be maintained at this, and there is a lot of springs which are coming from underneath,
Acha.
because it's at the end of the the slope,
Okay.
if you see.
Okay.
And other side again one hill, gradual hill is going up there. So this is the valley. So all the springs keep coming there. In fact, when we were making the pond, towards the end it was a challenge because the water will keep filling up. So we had to keep a pump, continuously to take out the water, and so that the JCP could, the Hitachis could do their work. So this water is there almost for us 365 days, except for nowadays. What happens is, normally here the pattern is by February we start getting pre-monsoon rains, and then the frequency keeps increasing as you move towards May.
Okay.
And May, typically by the end of May you should get at least 10 inches of pre-monsoon rains. But nowadays it has so happened that some years you don't get even 1 inch. So 1/10 also, even 10% also you don't get. So it becomes extremely dry.
Okay.
Under those conditions, and if the late rains also have not been there, because we get rains after the southwest monsoon, October, November also some rains as part of the northeast monsoon, some rains will be there, not heavy but in between some rains. If nothing has been there from September, it's been dry and again dry in the next year pre-monsoon, then the water becomes a problem.
Okay.
Problem in the sense water will be there, but we use for irrigation, right? So that time we need irrigation maximum. So some years we have faced a little bit of a problem.
Got it.
And the stream also normally doesn't go dry,
Okay.
but under those years it will go
We'll
dry.
walk around and have a look at the stream. But so this solar is basically for powering that pump.
Yes,
The submersible
yes,
pump,
yes.
right?
It's exclusively for that pump.
Got it. And there are some
Ah,
zip lines also.
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Can
yeah.
tell
That's
us
a
little-
setup we have put up this year.
Okay.
It's a zip line.
Okay.
So you can zip line from this end of the
So
pond
even
to
if you
that
fall,
end.
you will fall in the pond.
Yeah, I mean, you won't fall. So it's all with the pakka safety and
Okay.
everything, you know, some of the best quality equipment we have put.
Okay.
Everything is European make, so nothing Chinese and all that. So all German
And your
some of
son
the
is a
top
lot
quality.
into adventure sports,
yes,
etc. as well, right?
He's a trained mountaineer also.
Okay.
He has done that basic mountaineering course from the Arunachal Institute run by the army.
Okay.
It's a very tough 1 month course. So he's very much into, he's full time into adventure sports only.
And I heard one interesting thing yesterday, which is that he has been barefoot for the last 4 years, right? So he has been walking without any shoes anywhere inside Bangalore as well for 4 years.
Yeah. Anywhere, I mean, goes without saying. He's in Bangalore, here in the hills, so he's trekking or whatever.
Interesting. And are there fish inside this as well?
Yeah, there are plenty of fish.
So does it overflow?
Even though we don't catch fish or don't also encourage anyone to catch fish, etc. Naturally, fish are there.
And I think because it's so deep, probably when guests come, you recommend them not to swim, right? Because
No, very strictly we don't allow them,
okay,
tell them not to swim.
okay.
Because see, it's not a swimming pool. The getting in and getting
Correct.
out is always a challenge. Getting in is fine, you can just jump, but it's very slushy at the sides. And except for one place where there are steps, which meant for again utility purpose to pull out the submersible pump for repairs and all that. Nowhere else there is any steps or any kind of, it is very slushy. The slopes are the sloping sides and nothing to hold on to. So getting out becomes a challenge.
And the banks of this pond have all been held together by all of this grass, etc.
Yeah,
here,
that's natural. It just comes wild.
So the other thing is, I see that you have put in a couple of
Sorry, does the water overflow as well? Where does
No,
it go?
it will never overflow. This is the maximum level. It will come little bit higher till there, but never beyond that.
So I see that you have made a
Namaskara.
couple of benches as well. They seem to be very nice vantage points, right?
Yeah. We also have a small pergola there, where you can sit and you know.
In general, one thing I'm noticing is that mosquitoes are a little less here. They're not troubling me at all. That's
See,
just I'm just being lucky
mosquitoes,
right now. Or?
It's very simple here. It depends on the season.
Okay.
When it's cold, there are no mosquitoes.
Okay.
Cold maybe because of rains or because of winter. Doesn't matter. There are no mosquitoes. But summers there will be more mosquitoes.
By the way, fun fact, I learned this recently. Have to still verify the validity of it. Apparently, if you see that some people, there will be a bunch of people, and some people will be attacked by mosquitoes a lot, right? And some other people won't be. So I used to think, and many people think that it's because of, oh, I have higher blood sugar, that's why mosquito. But that's not true. Apparently, if your gut is a little disbalanced, then mosquitoes get attracted and they will attack you. Compared to somebody whose gut is very nice and clean, they won't, I mean, given a choice, they won't attack them much. That's, I have to find out information about
No,
this.
that's possible, because I know for a fact, for example, if you take plants, when a pest attack happens, Fukuoka says this. Fukuoka is considered the father of natural farming. He says this very clearly, that the plants will, the pests will attack only those plants which are already weak and not fit to survive. So it's a nature's way of eliminating what is not fit for survival,
Right.
so that the rest can really thrive. And in fact, same thing 100% holds good for bacteria and virus also. When a pathogen comes to a body, it comes to clean up something, to comes for a particular job. It doesn't come to attack us.
It's not a random thing,
It's
essentially.
not a random thing. So only if you have that, the mucus, the filth, and this thing in your body, you will get those. You will attract those pathogens which come to clean it up. Okay. So if that another person doesn't have any of these things, it doesn't affect him.
So we should think of ourselves also as part of the system, which is always
we are
working
part of nature.
neutrality,
We are part of
right?
nature,
Which we
right.
are kind of forgetting in general. We feel that nature is separate,
I mean,
we
when
are separate.
people say that I want to save nature, it's the stupidest statement you can make. You can't save nature. You are part of nature. You are nature. You are very much part and parcel of nature. You can work in harmony with nature.
Right.
You can't save it. Nature will
Right.
save itself.
We
Height
are
of
much
arrogance.
younger than nature, right? So
The height of arrogance.
this is the pergola, right? Okay. And
These
this
are very
is a,
beautiful flowering trees.
huh.
Yeah.
Sakleshpur,
Yeah.
Okay.
Hole Dasavala in Kannada they call it.
Okay.
It comes by the sides of the streams and the rivers.
Okay.
Hole means a river or a stream.
Okay.
So
okay.
that's why it's called Hole Dasavala.
Okay. And these are the fruits from the flowers, basically.
It's a very beautiful flowers
Mm.
when it flowers.
There in all Bangalore road.
And very hardy. This thing.
What color are the flowers when it comes?
Purple and pink. both
Purple
we
and
have,
pink.
Yeah. This is purple, that side we have pink.
This is also called as pride of India.
Pride of
Yeah,
India,
pride
right,
of India.
right.
Correct.
Pride of India. Interesting. Oh, this is that beautiful
So this
flowing
is,
stream.
Shamik, this is the slack line.
Acha.
I mean, it's
okay.
not tied right now. We
Okay.
have it, we remove it and keep it.
So what is a slack line? That is a
Slack
zip
line
line.
is you tie from here to there
Okay.
and you just walk on the rope balancing.
Okay, you have to balance. I
Yes,
see.
yes.
I see. I see.
I mean, if you have very good balance from here to there, you should be able to walk without falling.
Gitanjali, this is for you.
So,
No, she's very good at it because so we went to this this Sonmarg, Gulmarg, that area, right? I was falling, trying to ski and dharam, this like that. This one is almost like professional. She is doing. First time she was doing. So,
First time you are doing. That's
so this is the end of your property, and this is the
Yeah.
stream which is
yes, yes.
flowing
That's
through.
the stream, yeah.
Okay, got it. So the stream is going like this, which
Yeah.
means that like that is
If you
uphill.
want to go, we can go this
It's
way.
a little slushy.
Yeah.
I think it will be a little tough, no?
So, rainy season,
Huh.
this will all fill up completely
Okay.
and the water will overflow the banks and go to the other side as well as this side, and level here and the level there will be the same.
Acha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That water level is maintained because it's connected underground, you know, so a makeshift bridge
Acha. Okay.
you can see from here.
that man came, no?
Oh, okay,
This,
okay,
yeah,
okay, okay.
Well, now
Okay, okay. So it's a nice trek also here, right? You can go for trekking from this side, or where do you go here?
this is a village. This leads to a neighboring village.
Okay.
So you just go to the other side. I mean, I think now it may be this much water. Yeah.
Acha. Certainly.
Rainy season it was fully underwater.
Okay.
This bridge.
One here.
Yeah. You can hold on to the yeah.
Okay. It's a nice. Okay, cool. No viral video today.
So these are the light poles they have used.
Okay.
So now there is
So that's a Malnad Gidda, right?
no.
No?
No.
Yeah, so this fellow looks like he can't cross the stream, so that's why it left here, and then while going back they will take him back and go.
Yes,
Till then they will be grazing, and he's not even actually tied. Bechara poor fellow is trying to see whether he can cross or not. It's actually not deep here at all.
No,
so
no,
if
no.
you
There it will be deep after
Acha.
that. Here, this portion is not deep.
Okay, okay. So Merwin, what's
the
your take
problem
on
is
this?
like
The whole
don't eat it.
Nati cow versus Jersey and all of that stuff. No, no, no. Won't be scared. Okay. So what's your take? I mean, like cows are of course important from farming. I know that you had cows earlier, then you saw the maintenance costs, etc., and decided to get dung from a local farmer instead, right? But this whole confusion around Jersey cows versus Nati cows from a farming perspective, I know that I don't want to get you started talking about milk because you have a lot of reservations about milk and how harmful it is for human health. So we'll not talk about that, but we'll talk about like cows for farming, right? What is the difference between Jersey cows and Nati cows? In your experience, do you see any difference, or is it just a
No,
hype?
the Nati cows are better definitely.
Okay.
For the simple reason, you know, their gut microbiome, etc., is more healthier and more in tune with the local ecosystem. And provided those Nati cows also are grazing naturally,
Right.
not
right.
fed all these artificial
Right,
feeds.
right. You
and
can
kept
take a Nati
inside.
cow and you can put in bad stuff in it also, right?
Yes,
Then
yes, yes.
it will be
Yeah.
garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah.
Right.
So then the dung and the urine will be very potent from a agricultural point of view.
This stream this dries up pakka in summer, right? No?
Not necessarily, as I said. See, the
Depending on how the
normal
rain.
traditional rainfall patterns, it never used to dry up.
Okay.
But off late, with the all this global warming and the changing climate, etc., we are getting now no I mean, this is now out 12 years I've been here. Almost 8 out of 12 years now, pre-monsoon rains are a failure. We don't get pre-monsoon rains at all.
Okay.
Up to 10 inches we should be getting an average. We get one, sometimes not even one, half an inch, etc. And there'll be no late rains also. Then it happens. Up June it doesn't rain, which is unthinkable in these regions. June, July, August are the heavy rainfall months. Nowadays only July the rains start.
So cool.
During summer, the water will be like very safe for children also. It won't be very deep. So we'll have full day. If you leave them, they'll be here only. And there is a mud in the side. That's very nice, like a Maltani mati. So everybody will put in all body, and then it will be so soft when you wash. Full body will be so soft, natural like.
I mean, Pakka enthusiasts will, cover the whole body, then lie down in the grass completely, under the sun, let it dry, and then they'll come and have.
Like in cosmetics also, they have this kaolin clay, etc. They use for various.
So very nice clay.
Do you see migratory birds in this area?
Yeah, migratory plenty.
Lots of them. So do people come also, bird watchers, etc. also, do they come?
Yeah.
One of the problems that we always see in farms in general is that there is always parthenium, lots of parthenium around. In your farm, I did not see a single parthenium as such. I did not see one weed dominating anybody else. What's
See,
the
the
reason?
minute you start, weed destruction through disturbance of the soil,
Okay.
where you really do clean weeding, try to take out this thing, do JCP work on the soil, that is when the one kind of weed takes over.
Okay.
Parthenium generally takes over. Otherwise, there will be a natural balance of the weeds,
Got it.
which also keep changing. The natural weeds keep changing. That depends. What weed comes depends on what is deficient in the soil, and the weeds come to fix that deficiency typically. So if you see the nitrogen deficiency is there, you'll have a lot of nitrogen fixing weeds which come up.
Touch me not will come.
Yeah, touch me not, for example, is
right.
a nitrogen fixing weed.
You
Okay.
should not remove touch me not from the root.
Okay.
Only up you can remove.
Now, all weeding we do only slash weeding,
Slash weeding.
Okay.
either machine or slash weeding by hand.
Okay.
In both cases, it is never, the soil is not disturbed. It's only at the top portion.
Got it. Cool.
And that too only when it becomes unmanageable. When it reaches around a knee height kind of, that's when you do the
Workers can't
de-weeding.
See how nice this is. See how naturally multi-layer is forming. There is tough ground cover here. There's something which is climbing on those A's as well, plants as well. Can you see?
Yeah.
And then see what's growing on that tree, on that mango tree.
You know why the agaves are planted in the border?
Why are agaves planted in the border?
Yes. See, agaves, they hold lots of water. So if the fire should not come, that's why if you see many farms, there will be agaves in the border. Okay. So they will hold the fire.
So now we are going to the other side of the estate.
yeah.
This is something that you bought later on.
Bought later on,
Okay.
and I'll tell you, I mean, as we go,
Huh.
3/4 of it was just grassland. Nothing was there, pure
Okay.
just grasses.
Okay.
This portion was forest.
Okay.
So previously,
Huh.
because what the topography here generally is, all those hill slopes, as you go closer to the valley, it's thickly forested,
Okay.
and the higher ends are all just grasslands, plain grasslands, no trees at all. So this portion was a forest, so we didn't cut a single tree from this.
Okay.
Only the bushes and the shrubs we
Okay.
got them cleared. So all the old trees are there. Some of them more than 100-year-old trees and all that. Yeah.
Okay, this is a nice gate.
Galta hai na, ma? So these are Arabica plants. There, what you saw on the other side are all robusta.
Acha. Okay.
The leaves are smaller.
So these you planted? These
Yeah,
Arabica
yeah.
you planted. What is the
Arabica-
reason you chose Arabica versus continuing with more Robusta?
No, see, the way in coffee, Arabica is the one which gives the aroma,
Okay.
okay, the real coffee aroma.
Okay.
And Robusta is the one which gives the body. So
Acha.
more caffeine, and so it gives that that kick and all
Okay.
this thing.
Okay.
So normally it's a blend of Arabica and Robusta. Some people go for only Arabica, in which case it will be very light coffee.
Acha.
Yeah.
Okay. So the easy way to remember it is Robusta, robust. So it gives body to to the coffee, and Arabica is this nice fragrant
black
thing. Okay.
coffee.
So even when we buy single
So-
source coffee, when we like buy single source coffee from an estate, that is typically going to be one type. That won't be a mix of Arabica and Robusta,
Well,
or
it can be.
It can
It
be.
depends on how what you're buying.
Understood.
If you buy a single type bean, like you want only Arabica, you can buy only Arabica. You want a blend, there can
Got it.
be various blends, 75-25, 75% Arabica, 25% Robusta,
Got it.
50-50,
Got it.
whatever.
Got it.
Okay. Earlier, Robusta used to be much cheaper and Arabica very much expensive. So they used to also, without telling you, blend it.
I see.
Okay,
I see.
to reduce, so that this thing.
I see.
And then the chicory, which is not coffee, which is the root of a plant.
It's a root of a plant.
root
It's
of a
not like a
plant.
bean or anything
No,
else.
the story
Okay.
behind it is during Second World War, France is very much into coffee drinking, and during Second World War, the access to coffee was cut off. When the Germans came in and all that, and people are really craving for coffee. That's when they discovered that this root has the coffee flavor, aroma, and everything,
Okay.
and started using it.
Okay.
Then gradually it became standard to mix
Okay.
the chicory. Now hardly anywhere you will get filter coffee without or coffee without the chicory. 99% of the coffee available in the market is with the chicory.
Okay.
So we are one of the few guys who sell pure filter coffee without
Okay.
chicory.
Okay. Yeah.
So all these trees, if you see here, this tree, you can see that big tree there. You come this side, you can see it here. These are all very old trees, 100, 200-year-old trees, which were there when we bought it, and this is all a thick forest. We left each and every one of the trees as is, not even one tree we cut. Only the shrubs we cleared and then planted.
Got it. Got it. So cardamom is planted along with the coffee as well. Is there a particular reason between that, or just like, okay,
No,
these are the things which grows here?
Cardamom requires a lot of moisture.
Okay.
So this part of the property has a lot of moisture.
Okay.
So cardamom normally is planted in areas where there is a lot of moisture.
I see. I see.
Otherwise, you have to artificially irrigate it constantly
Understood.
to maintain moisture. The water content in the soil is very high, and there are big trees which retain water and then release them. This thing, So during rainy season, almost for till August, in the beginning of this month also, you will have lots of natural springs which just come up from the ground, and it's a crystal clear water. You can just drink it like that. So sweet and so beautiful water will be just flowing from the ground. There doesn't have to be any rain,
Got
but
it.
this thing will keep happening.
And your plants don't have a problem. That's why you have the cardamom here.
Yeah,
So,
cardamom here.
Even though, so, but if cardamom if it get waterlogged, then it's a problem. Obviously.
Waterlogged, yes.
is a problem.
Yeah, it
As
doesn't.
long as it
Waterlogging
floats.
doesn't happen. It just
Understood.
flows out.
Because it's too slow.
Right. Right.
No serious rains. Only July we had heavy rains. Yeah.
So water is just kind of like coming out of the soil,
Yeah,
just
coming out
like
of the
that.
soil,
Interesting. Interesting. Okay.
So this particular mango tree is a native variety. It's called Appe mangoes, midi Appe mangoes.
Okay.
They are used for pickling. The very famous pickling mangoes of the Malnad region.
Oh.
They are specific to the native to the Western Ghats. Okay. And these pickles are the most expensive, and these mangoes are the most expensive. Small size, only this size. And the pickles are made with the whole mango
Okay.
without cutting it.
Okay. Got it.
So this there is a professor. Now he is the dean of the forestry college in Sirsi. Okay. Dr. Vasudev, Dr. Vasudev.
Okay.
He is a PhD doctor,
Okay.
and he is very much into conservation. Okay. So what he has done is he has collected this one-off, different farms have this one-off mango, this thing. But today nobody is growing them. Okay, they are becoming, they are going away.
Like these, I guess, would used to be like in people's backyards and
Yes,
things like
yes,
that, not in a structured commercial way, right?
So he has
Interesting.
taken cuttings from there
Okay.
and grafted them onto the other mango, this thing. And we
name is
got from him.
Halodota.
So 25 such different varieties we got.
Okay.
And
extinct.
for example, this one is called Halodota appe.
Okay.
Halodota means it's a particular place where that mango tree is found.
Okay.
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 So because
Actually, when I was seeing this tree from far, I did not realize it's a mango tree because of the way it's structured. But it's young as well, right?
yeah,
With you?
so only these ones we have named separately because each one is a
I
specific this thing out of 25.
So this grove has like 25 different.
yes,
trees. Understood.
and this is the only kind of mangoes which will come here in our weather because mango otherwise is a dry area crop. So all your regular mangoes, your mallika and all that, I mean the tree will come nicely, but the time when the fruit comes, the rains come.
Or it will be bland, too much of watering and things like
Not
that,
do
right?
this thing, but it starts getting spoiled, becoming black outside, and
Okay.
then the worms will come and all that.
So the plan is now once you get yield out of it, you will make pickles and sell it, right?
Yeah, we'll make pickles, we'll sell it like that also because there'll be huge yield. I mean, each tree will yield a lot of. You can't make pickles out of all of that because
Got it.
for that you have to be really into a commercial scale. Because our policy is very clearly we are not and we don't want to go also on a commercial scale.
Understood.
Everything is homemade on a limited scale. So each lot of pickle or laddus or whatever we made is like 25, 30, 40 bottles. That's all. Okay.
Is that lichens on the tree? These green things?
Yeah,
Lichens?
yeah.
Gitanjali, you want to talk a little bit about lichens? What does it indicate? We can see all of these lichens on the tree. This is actually an indicator of fresh air. You won't see it too much in Bangalore, certainly not in Delhi, but you'll see a lot of it in Sakleshpur.
Also, one more thing is that tree as well as this tree, all of these are dadap. Dadap are leguminous trees. They are nitrogen fixing trees.
Okay.
So we have lots and lots of them.
What is it called again?
Leguminous, dadap.
Dadup.
Yeah, leguminous family.
Okay.
So only leguminous trees have those particular bacteria in their roots which fix the nitrogen. They take the nitrogen from the air, pass it to the roots, and the bacteria does the job. What they use is some 10% of it, 90% of it is left in the soil for other plants to use. So they are essential for any proper natural farming if you want to do. Okay. So for example, once you cut it now, full lush growth will happen. Then again you cut. So 2-3 times in a year you can cut. So a lot of biomass is there.
So you cut and you
See,
leave
for
the
example,
biomass
this,
here
this
itself?
has been cut for
plant
planting, not been planted, but it has started part of it.
Yeah, we'll plant them. Cut and kept straight so
Yeah.
that.
For planting it has been kept, it has already started.
So these have all been kept for planting.
Yeah,
They have already started kind of sprouting.
yeah.
Gitanjali, you want to take one to Bangalore and plant?
Yeah. Dadap and Glycidia. The other one is Glycidia.
Okay.
I'll show you the Glycidia also.
Next to that only there is glycidia. There only.
Glycidia is Gobra Gadde, right?
Gobbara the gida.
Gobra de Gida.
Gida means plant.
So we cut them at the top at 15 to 20 feet level, and then plant pepper vines on them.
Okay.
And then the biomass as it keeps coming, then you keep every year 2-3 times you just shade lop it, give it to the. So instead of making separate manure, we believe the droppings of these leaves and whatever biomass you cut and dump it here, it becomes manure by itself. Bacteria, because it's unnecessary work. Take it somewhere, pile it up, so much of labor, then you make manure and then you put it.
Already cut them.
So it's all in situ composting. There's no need
Yeah.
for creating compost
composting
elsewhere
happens
and then putting
naturally
it.
in
Yeah.
the soil. That's how in a jungle it happens.
Right.
Nobody does compost and puts in the
Right.
jungle. These are cinnamon plants. There are lots of them in this block. You can, they call it bay leaf and this thing. It's not actually bay leaf, the cinnamon.
Okay.
So, the two things which are used from this, one is the bark itself. So, from the bark you make that normal cinnamon, but also when the flowers come, so the buds, before the buds open into flowers, you harvest them, and that has a very nice aroma and fragrance.
Okay.
So that is called the cinnamon bud powder, cinnamon buds. That's a very rare spice.
I
It
see.
has the same cinnamon aroma on this thing, but a little bit more flowery, okay, and milder than regular cinnamon. So there are many people who don't like the very strong, fragrance of cinnamon. They prefer this cinnamon buds.
Got it.
So this is one of our products, cinnamon.
How
buds.
do you harvest the bark?
By hand. Each one
Yeah,
has to be
labor.
labor. Each one has to be harvested. This is, for example, from the last harvest.
And when you harvest the bark, obviously you should not damage like the cambium, etc., the other layers under
No,
it,
you
right?
just harvest like this.
This is the flower. I am talking about the bark. If you harvest the bark,
bark, yeah.
so you have to do it
Bark will
carefully.
be later, yeah.
Okay.
The tree has to become stronger.
Okay. So it will be a bigger tree, more mature tree, then you
Yeah,
can harvest it.
This one, this particular tree, can you guess what it is? It's a nut. A clue I will give you.
Walnut.
Most expensive nut in the world,
Brazil nut,
macadamia.
macadamia. Ooh.
It's
And
macadamia.
most fat content
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
right?
It comes nicely here in this region.
Yeah.
So we
Oh.
have planted a few.
Okay.
So hopefully, I think by next year it should start yielding. They said 3 to 4 years. It will be
Where
beyond.
did you
3
get
to
the
4 years
saplings
now.
from?
Huh?
Saplings, where
It's
did you get?
available everywhere.
Okay.
Nursery,
Yeah.
right? Exotic.
And
Will this grow in Coorg also,
yeah,
this
you can come
macadamia?
this side. Yeah, it grows.
Okay.
This is galangal or Thai ginger. Yeah, the root
Never seen it so
like
big.
ginger. Yeah.
And what is this elaichi type things that
Flower.
are?
No,
and
this is
seed.
nothing. It's the
It's
seeds
just,
of that. Yeah,
seeds
yeah.
of it.
Because it will keep on spreading. The root is the thing. So we planted totally 20 kg to
Okay,
begin with of
okay.
galangal.
Okay.
8-9 years back.
And if you take each root,
Huh.
it will have around 100 kg.
Now, because now.
Each plant's root.
No,
Yeah.
this big. That's
Wow.
No, each one, because each means it will keep growing like that. Each plant, one you plant there, one you plant, it will keep growing like that.
So it becomes a.
So when you take, these are not separate, it's all combined, it's joined, joined to each other.
remove the
So you take the whole thing like this,
Hmm.
unless you cut it while removing, the whole thing. That is between 80 to 100 kg.
And it's so useful in Thai cooking, right?
Yeah.
You need to sell to all the
Thai
Thai
make a
restaurants.
powder.
You need to tell to
No, no,
them.
we sell, we do, I mean on Farmizan also we sell.
Yeah,
We have this galangal powder.
Fresh
which is-
galangal also people buy
Yeah.
for Thai
These are
cooking.
very, because they are
Acha.
very potent.
Oh.
They use it for.
This is, see this how this macadamia leaf, it's very like a thorny sort of a thing on the side.
Right. Careful.
Yeah. Good one.
Yeah, this is a pile of cow dung manure,
Huh.
locally procured.
huh.
So before the rains we get it,
Huh.
because after rains you can't, it will all become slushy.
Huh,
You can't transport it.
Huh.
Yeah. So then you just throw some, all these pulse seeds,
Huh,
okay,
huh, huh,
like the black eyed beans and all that, the reject seeds. Okay.
Hmm.
It all grows lush on this, and it protects it from running off with the
Water.
water, etc.
Hmm.
And then when we'll start manuring.
Hmm.
So we just mix up the whole thing with
Along
the
with the
greens,
biomass,
yeah,
etc.
along with the
it's-
biomass.
It will be
and
very
just,
rich
plant.
composted
Yeah,
manure, which gets really interesting.
yeah. This particular tree is kokum. Kokum is a souring agent which is used in the coastal cuisine. It's
This is that Garcinia indica.
Garcinia indica. It is also it's a family of mangosteen.
Right. That's why.
So it can be eaten as a fruit also. The rind of that can be dried and used as a it's a
And then there is
souring agent.
another similar from this is the Garcinia
I have
cambogia,
I
which is
have
the
that.
Malabar
We have-
tamarind.
We
I
have
think, right?
around 5 or 6 varieties of this.
I need some Garcinia cambogia. Apparently, it helps in fat loss. Helps burning fat.
You don't need any of that.
I know. Now, let's not get Merwin started on that.
we have it. We have it. Right one.
We have
Okay.
Malabar tamarind also. We
That's
have
the same he's talking about.
Watehuli. We have many versions of that. Slight variation.
Garcinia Cambogia, you
Like
bought
that
one
farmer
big
was
packet,
saying,
it's there in
you
our
know,
house.
he
Oh,
was
not
saying, if you
really.
take Nendra
Make
banana,
juice and give
we
it
call it all Nendra,
Huh.
but there are some 25 varieties within that.
Hmm.
So
That
like
I
this,
told, no,
within
other day.
this, also there are many varieties.
So, different angle. Do you come from a farming family? Does your immediate generation before did they do farming?
Yes,
Okay.
my father was into farming.
Okay. What was he growing?
No, he was, they had the fields near Mangalore,
Okay.
the family,
Okay.
but it was a big family with 8 to 9 children and lots of male children.
Hmm.
So the eldest brother stayed back to take care of the farming.
Okay.
All this, he came to the coffee plantations
Okay.
as a manager at that stage in
Okay.
one of the relations, our relations estate only. Okay.
So
I
you
was
had a lot
born-
of learning
I was
to
born
be-
in Chikmagalur
Huh.
in the similar environment.
Acha, okay.
Spent my childhood running around in those hills and streams and all that
Okay.
natural environment. Bordering us was a Badra Wildlife Sanctuary,
Okay.
and there was a hill nearby
Huh.
which was wild, which we used to climb.
Huh.
And top of the hill was a tiger cave.
Oh.
And I believe till when I was very small,
Huh.
there was a tiger living there. And then somebody hunted and all that. So,
Why is Savera Naturals called Savera Naturals? What is the?
See, it's named after my father.
Okay.
He was, he was very, very close to farming and especially, coffee and these kind of these things, etc. So, his name is Xavier. He was called Saver
Okay.
locally.
Okay.
So, Savera also is a nice meaning. It's a morning, rising
Correct,
of the
correct,
sun and all that.
Got it.
So, we combined it and that's how we decided.
Interesting.
Naturals because we are into natural farming
course,
and
of
all
course.
that.
So Savera is from Xavier.
Yeah, Xavier.
Interesting.
Xavier, which was locally in Konkani and in Tulu and in Kannada and all, was called Saver. Saveram they used to call him.
Interesting. This
Nati,
is the
these are not cool.
Coorg orange.
These are total local orange. Yeah.
Okay, Nati orange, not Coorg orange. Okay.
Yeah.
So many of them have come up.
Kali, Sirant and Gallan.
See there? The kai.
We had a lot of flowering this time.
This is the
But,
red rambutan or the yellow one. Red.
Both we have.
We have both,
Okay.
red and yellow.
Ah,
Black turmeric.
okay.
Black turmeric.
So you should be aware. It's in Bengal. It's very much
Used a lot of in Ma Kali Puja. I would say.
yes.
Right.
Much sought after for that purpose.
But does it also have any medicinal properties,
Yes,
etc. as well?
yes.
So you can make out with the black
Yeah,
veins, no?
yeah,
That it's
yeah,
a black
Yeah,
turmeric.
black turmeric.
We have lots of jamun trees here.
So when you make turmeric powder out of this, will it be yellow or black?
So far we have not made this.
Powder and all
Yeah, we have not
because
made.
there is no market.
So the market is limited. Yeah. Kodampuli, that is, or Malabar tamarind.
Black it will be.
That is used in Kerala and Coorg cuisine
Ah,
as a souring agent
ah,
instead of tamarind.
yeah. In Pandi curry they'll put it, I think.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pandi curry and many fish curries and many Kerala preparations, Kerala fish curries and all.
Hmm.
In Coorg it is pandi curry, from which we make our
Tea.
lemongrass essential oil.
Acha.
We have a essential oil extraction unit also.
Oh, acha, inside the farm you have
yeah,
one.
inside the farm. I'll
How
show
much
you
does it
later.
cost to create an extraction unit for lemongrass?
Depends on the capacity you want. So what we have is around 3 lakhs or so.
Got it.
Yeah.
Because
You can
I mean,
smell it and
this is one crop that people can grow quite a bit, right?
yes,
And-
lemongrass, and that side is citronella there.
Tell him 100 kilos of lemon.
Yeah. Yeah, 100 kilo of grass will give you anywhere between 700 ml to maximum 1 liter.
Wow. That's why it's an
100
essential oil.
kilos.
Yeah,
Imagine then the
it's
labor.
very
cutting,
concentrated, very concentrated. The oil.
But this one is a little stronger than other lemongrass that we have at home, for example.
We got from GK.
Hmm.
That
From
is
GKVK you
citronella,
got
yeah,
it.
That is
citronella.
that is citronella. Ah,
So lemongrass we like because we have so many dogs.
Yeah.
So there's always dog smell in the house. So
Yeah.
we put lemongrass oil in the wiping thing. Then it's
yeah.
then the dog smell goes up, or at least it gets masked by it.
Yeah, true.
So these are all Gliricidia, and that
Smell it is different.
Yes,
It's
a
like a
strong
odomous smell. It's like now what?
Ah, these odomas people come here only, I think, and take all this and make odomas.
So you see how many of these are there. There's one here, right next to it another. So the more you have them, the better. Here there is one more, here there is one more. That up, basically leguminous ones. These are egg fruit.
Egg fruit, like
Yeah.
the eggs that people
Like
have in
the
breakfast.
Egg yolk.
Egg yolk.
Egg yolk.
Okay.
It has the same texture and flavor of an egg yolk. In the same color, everything. Yeah.
It will become yellow when it's ready to
Yes.
harvest.
Yes.
This whole thing. Can you use egg fruit for like baking? I know you are vegan, etc. Right? So can you use egg fruit instead of egg for
No,
baking
instead of
purpose?
egg, what you use is flax eggs.
Okay.
So 2 tablespoons of flax seeds
Okay.
with water
Okay.
powder. You get the same texture of an egg.
Yeah.
Ananas, not bananas, but ananas.
See, everywhere it is like no place for ananas because it is very, it needs sun, direct
Okay.
sun. So, so there is direct
Some
sun. we
clearing is
plant.
here, so
So
okay.
we planted.
And lot of water it requires. Ananas.
yeah,
Okay.
water is required, but not lot. Not lot. Yeah, yeah.
And slope is required.
No, no.
Not required.
Sun is required actually.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a nati turmeric, and it has a very high curcumin content.
Okay.
We did the test. It is like 6.8
Oh.
or something. We have that report also.
Okay.
So few years
That's
back.
very
when-
high
yeah,
because
it's very high.
usually even in natural farms
Yeah.
also 4% you will get,
Yeah.
right?
We did the test. We like no, we were only surprised.
Okay.
Mysore they have this
Okay, which
thing.
where did you get the root stock for?
root from different farmers we got.
Okay.
Yeah, whether the only the or and nati this is not the hybrid variety also.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So he will now explain how they have managed to track like all these different fruit tree plantations in a block by block basis. So if you can show us.
ಮೇಡಮ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವಿದು ಫಸ್ಟು 1 ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕು ಮತ್ತು 2 ನಂಬರ್ 2 ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕು 3 4 5 6 ಈ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸಿಗೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು 20 ಅಡಿ ಗ್ಯಾಪಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕಿದರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಗ್ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಅವಕಾಡೋ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಆರೆಂಜ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಒಂದು ಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಒಂದೇ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕಿರಲ್ಲ. ಆವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಲೈನ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮತ್ತೆ 20 ಅಡಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇಯರ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೋಗಿದೆ ಅಥವಾ ಎಷ್ಟು ಈಗ ಮುಂದೆ
So
ಇದೆ.
every year there is a survey of those blocks.
ಸರ್ವೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾರೆ ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಸತ್ತೋಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಬೇರೆ ಗಿಡ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ರೀಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟು ಅಂದರೆ ಈಗ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ 1 ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ 2 ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ 3 ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ 4 ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸೇ
Because then you will also
ಯಾವ ಥರ
know
ಇದೆ
that
sir
I have to
details
harvest. Oh, can you see?
ಈ ತರ ಎಕ್ಸೆಲ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಫುಲ್ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ.
Interesting. So even in
Computer we have to put.
so even in a natural food forest where we see that everything is like a jungle, there is some level of planning also
You have to.
going in.
You have to. Now see, you have to do that. You know why? I'll tell you. See what happens now. One avocado tree is there. One is another 100 feet. How will we know how the fruit is ready or not? So what?
But this is a harvesting
yeah.
season for avocado, so you will know I have
Yeah,
to go here,
yeah,
here,
yeah,
here
yeah,
and
yes,
get it.
yes. So what we did in the beginning, we also had no knowledge. We thought we want like a forest, so everything we put together. No, one avocado here, one avocado is very far. Then we realized it is very logistically, it is very difficult. So then we started, after some time, we started all egg fruit will be in that block only. But in between there will be something else, but in that block only. So it is easy to harvest.
So it's still like a forest, but
Yeah.
forest some areas are focusing on some types,
Yeah.
some sets of crops.
Yes, yes. But in between different will be there. Coffee will be there, glycidia
Yeah,
will
of
be there,
course.
other things. But at least there will be in that block
And
only.
you need to kind of track that and have
Yes,
that map
yes.
somewhere so that you know
Yeah,
when I have
yeah.
to go for avocado harvest, where all should I go? Because it's a big farm, right? You can't go and visit it every day.
Not easy. Yeah, this full area there was nothing. In 2014 we started. It took us 2 years to cover the 8 acres, but all that we planted. So this avocado, if you see, when it fruited last year, that joy is, you can't explain that joy when they fruit first time, you know. Don't put it.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
when we, our idea was to have a forest in a farm kind of a concept.
Okay.
So we started planting everything together. See, you can see one avocado here, one banana there, then obviously lots of glycidias are there. Then again some avocado. These are okay. These are called Sakleshpur.
Okay.
Sakleshpur is a cancer medicine. The root and the bark is used for cancer medicine.
Okay.
So actually this is a Western Ghat natural plant, but it is going extinct now. Okay, so we planted around 5,000 or something. See, you can see this full block has in between. Okay, so after 4-5 years, you have to fully remove from the root, and root and the bark is the medicine. And I think they send it to Germany.
Okay.
So
Sakleshpur.
Sakleshpur. We have to send it to Karwar, but now we can't just remove it and send it to Karwar because this is a Western Ghat plant. So they may think we are taking it from the forest. So we have to take a permission from the forest department.
Okay.
They have to come, they have to check, then only we have to remove and we have to send it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you do a reel also, vertical format? We have to.
Nursery for coffee and pepper.
That is the nursery for coffee and pepper.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Come, you can see almost planting is done. Little more is there. Some we got some cocoa from this cocoa in Subramania. There is a like no government cocoa. This thing is there. They make different kinds of cocoa sapling. So we got some 200, but we are not going to plant them now. We are planting them next season.
Okay.
Okay, because they are very small now.
Okay.
So we are keeping in the nursery only. You can see them. Come. These are the pepper, but almost done now. Last part is remaining.
What are these curtains of your nursery made out of? What are these curtains?
This is adike. Adike, na? Yeah. Hi. We opened it because of the rain.
Okay,
In summer, we'll close it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you initially started with a shade net, I think, huh?
Yeah.
And then you said, okay, no, we'll go natural for this also.
These are the Robusta one. I think we will plant this time only. We will plant these because these are big. Yeah, they are big. Only those we may not plant this year because they are small. Because we only Arabica and all our own seed we are using. Because if you buy the plant from outside, they are all like lots of pesticide and all, and it takes very long time to adapt to this our kind of.
This is like they have now genetically,
Yes.
they have that information
Yes.
that it has got adapted to this area.
Yeah. So these are the cocoa.
Okay.
So we will keep it this year.
Okay.
After some time we will put light covering. So because direct sun should not burn. Indu malpe jata hai sir. This is Arabica. So
This may be next year, huh? Or this year also?
no, this year only he's thinking of putting it. We'll go back. I'll show you the other.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at how big this is. See, you put it against my face, then you will know. See how big this is. My face is actually pretty big, so this is also very big.
This is fruiting first time.
Okay.
Put it against my hand.
So, ma'am, when a fruit comes for the first time, you
Yeah.
feel it's like your newborn baby, right?
Yes, yes. That you can't explain that joy because you are planted and it is fruiting. That joy is different, like your baby.
Right.
And
So big. That one is even huge. That is more than 7 inches, 8 inches. That side.
see everything like no together kind of a thing. See here only you can see banana is there, moringa is there, jackfruit is there, musumbi is there, avocado is there in
That
such
one
a
is
small
noni
place.
there. No?
What is that?
Noni.
Noni is there. Yeah, everything is together and it's like a forest. This is citron. They call it mother of all lemon. So all the lemon came from this one. Okay, this is the oldest variety. Oh, I got hurt also.
So actually
There
there
are
are
thorns.
5 citrus fruits which are kind of fundamental. One is this one.
Okay.
Another is the pomelo.
Pomelo I
Another
have.
is the kumquat.
I have. What
And
else?
there are 2 more which are like because based on that. So oranges etc. are not they are not the mother fruit, so to speak.
Okay,
Everything
okay.
else is a hybrid of these.
What else? Are there the two? Let me check if I have it.
Must be.
I have kumquat. I have this. I have and
This is so good.
kanchupuli.
So good, so
Yeah,
nice.
It becomes bigger than this also. We sell it in the farmers market. And inside will be white. It is not like a citrus.
Yeah,
You have seen, I think, no? There is big one. Come here, come here. That looks better.
ಇನ್ನೂ ರೆಡಿ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ರೆಡಿ ಆದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
See, this is prettier.
It's like how wolf is the mother of dogs, right? Like all
Okay.
of our dogs have finally
Yes,
come from the
yes,
wolf, like that it is.
This is the mother of citrus.
This one, it's huge.
Yeah,
No.
so this is little bigger than my face.
No.
No, it's
No.
still smaller.
Yeah, it will become bigger than your face, but you have to wait for some more
Do you
time.
make pickle out of it, citron pickle?
Yes, we do. Yeah. We sell also, people buy, and what we do is we just grate it with the skin. Skin is the most important thing. Grate it and put it in our smoothies also. We do that. We'll go a little down. Yeah. Seashore mangosteen.
Okay.
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 Some 9 years back, we got some 20 mangosteen from somebody. Somebody got us, and we planted. We are waiting for the fruit. 2 years back, fruit started coming, but it was longer, this shape.
Okay.
Then I send the photo, whoever is giving, I know him well. Then I googled, then it was saying it is seashore mangosteen, it is not edible, it is very bitter,
Okay.
you can't eat.
Okay.
So I was waiting to get mangosteen, and
And you got, and then-
and one I left. Everything we cut it, and we put now new real mangosteen.
Okay.
But it was such a
So
disappointment.
something to watch out for. If
Really,
it is-
after 9 years, it was such a disappointment. How bad I felt, you don't ask, okay? This is the agar wood. They make very strong perfume out of it.
Agar, agar.
Agar wood, yeah.
Perfume,
no, no,
perfume.
no. Perfume, that attar, what do you call it? Yeah, that one. This is the one. But you have to cut it. It has to become another 5-6 years maybe. It has to become little broad, like no? Broad. Then you, I don't know, somebody I will come and do the cutting. Then the thing will come, that sap kind of a thing. Yeah, yeah, they'll put, yeah, then it has to ferment. Then they make, yeah. Then
Oh, they
they'll
will
cut the
extract
full,
the sap,
then they'll cut the full thing.
Okay.
Then
But the tree will grow again or no? Once a tree is done,
once
it's harvested.
It's harvested only. Yeah.
They'll suck out the sap with an injection.
Which one? That one?
पहले इंजेक्शन
These are all wild.
बाद में वो बड़ा होता है,
हाँ.
बाद में वो कट करने के लिए
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा
वो
अच्छा.
देने के बाद 1 साल रुकेगा, वो उसमें बड़ा होता है ना, बाद में कट करके उसमें लेके जाता है.
ओके. आपको इतना सब कैसे पता?
वो आया था,
अच्छा. ओके.
वो आके हमको बोला.
That's why we planted them on the border, so easy to cut.
So that people don't go.
Not inside the
So all
plantation.
of this you have to think of.
Yeah, all that we have to think.
Future.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. This is
So Merwin had a very amazing career at Infosys, where he was one of the top 10-20 people at Infosys. And then when he was 47, he retired and he purchased this farm. Initially, it was a smaller patch of land, and then he extended and bought more land as well. And it's been really an inspiring journey. And we had visited his farm a few years back, and now when we visited it again, there is a huge difference in terms of how much has grown. And it's really amazing that for Merwin and Regina, this beautiful couple, there is so much to it beyond just growing some stuff, right? They're really living the life. And not just that, they actually run a bunch of workshops on clean eating plant-based food, and they walk the talk as well, which means that they have cleaned up all chemicals from their lives. If a lot of farms, a lot of farmers, a lot of successful corporate professionals, they start adopting a lifestyle like this, building such forests like this, imagine what it can do to our environment and to Mother Earth. So, Sakleshpur Naturals has been an eye-opening, not just in terms of farming, but in terms of a different way of living life, going back to the roots, back to the basics, and really doing things where you become at one with nature. If you want to learn from organic farmers, natural farmers who have kind of done this journey, do consider looking at Farmism Academy, where we talk to many such experts. Merwin himself has also come into a session of ours, to share his experience with program participants. That's going to be really useful. Let's keep the faith and rock on. Thank you.